I am Antonio Carluccio, and I am in Australia. I am on a journey of discovery through the southwest of Australia, a land full of contrast, harsh and beautiful landscapes, diverse cultures, modern, innovative, rich and ancient, and of course, food. Music. Sophisticated and simple, new and exciting. I never had similar food. I will be guided on my journey by Aboriginal elder Richard Walley of the Nyoongar people who have lived on this land for thousands of years. Their existence guided by the cycle of life around them.
Over here, Antonio, is called Maragarap. Maragarap is Harrison Island. My grandmother's great-grandmother walked all along here through Government House, all the way down here to Spring Street where her grandfather had a camp, then up here to Kings Park. She'd do that walk. And they did a lot of walking in those days. And she walked way up north because her children were taken up to Nyoongar. Today, we don't have to walk to Nyoongar, we can drive. So I'll take you to Nyoongar, show you a little bit of Spain in the middle of our country, in Europe country. Nyoongar is the only monastic town in Australia. The site was developed in 1847 by two Spanish Benedictine monks. They had arrived in Australia to establish a mission for Aborigines. First, a monastery was built. Later came a college, orphanages, and an abbey. Farming, olive oil, wine production, and a bakery helped the town to thrive.
The Spanish monks, when they came here, they could do missionary work and they could put up with anything, as long as they had bread, wine, and olive oil. They had to have all those things, and the first thing they did was plant olive trees and plant grapevines, and learn to make bread, make bread here in the place. So that was the main food items, and the Aboriginal people all got to like all those.
My dad, as a little boy, used to pick olives here, and right up until he was an old man, he still used to make his pickled olives, and he'd pickle everything else around here. My grandfathers and great-grandfathers, they were here, they grew up with it, so it was part of all that, part of our family. So the olive oils and these olive trees, I'm walking on the ground with my great-grandfathers.
On his story.
Whole family.
This is
wonderful.
This is absolutely fantastic, Antonio. This is
That's
naturally
cool.
air-conditioned.
That's not only that.
Wow, look at it.
Yeah, I can see oil and wine. Wow, that's the place for me.
And you're the chief bottle person, is that right?
One of them. There's two of us that do bottling, and then we label, and then they get stacked up here in the cool and go up to the museum and the roadhouse to be sold.
Ian, how can we do that? I taste the little drops of that. Delicious. It is green. It is made with unripe olives collected by hand, probably.
Some hand, some machine.
Because tucking the olives gives acidity, and they don't have acidity in this. The oil is very, very good, first class. I gather you had prizes for this.
We did. We won a silver award this year at the Royal Show. Olive oil.
Wonderful.
The bakery at Nyoongar Monastery has been producing bread since the early 1880s, and the bakers still use the original wood fire oven, now over 100 years old.
Oh, that's a wonderful one, an oldies one. I like this.
Antonio, how are you going?
And you are?
Conrad Myers, how are you going?
Antonio Carluccio. If you don't mind, I came here with good intention because we have a little bit of oil and a little bit of rosemary.
Beautiful.
And if you don't mind, I see the oven there. May I do a little pizza?
Of course you can.
Without tomatoes?
Absolutely.
Yes. Wonderful.
Conrad,
Yep.
this is not normal, but when
No.
Antonio walks in here, he feels at home.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. I was expecting him to come up with a night. When he saw the oven and the flour, I thought he might do something like that.
Oh yes, yes.
Have you got enough salt in there?
Wonderful. A bit of oil. Wonderful. Oops. Fantastic. And now a bit of rosemary. Can you put it in the oven?
Yeah, no problem.
Yes. I like ovens like this. And the bread that you're baking is for the
We bake bread.
monks.
We bake bread here for the monks and for the community, for the hotel, every day, 7 days a
They
week.
eat a lot.
They eat a bit for the amount of people that are here. Yeah, so yeah, it's good.
This is called pizza bianca, sort of white pizza, because it doesn't have tomatoes. It's a sort of bread. It's very nice. I am curious now. Yes. Do you see? And yes, it's cooked. Oh, here we have another one.
Oh.
Look at this. Lovely.
Try that, Conrad.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. That's nice. Huh?
Very good.
Yeah. Mop. Minimum fuss, maximum of flavor.
Nice. My Auntie Sheila is an expert in finding bush food. Her knowledge has been handed down from generation to generation.
Before settlement in Australia, just my ancestors in the bush. They survived thousands of years off the land. They knew where to find things, they knew what season to look for the right food that was right at the time. They didn't have a shop, they didn't have a fridge. If they didn't find something today, it means they went without.
Sneak right around it. We're digging up bush onions. Not an easy task in this hard, rocky
Not a
ground.
good time of the year for getting yams because
It's a bit warm, yeah.
it's too hot and it's too hard.
Dry.
It's dry. Down in Perth and City area, we do this with our hand. So we can just take our time, and because the ground is softer. That's one.
It's very,
Another one there.
very hot when you eat that like that.
We'll take a couple of those and that's enough. Now we dig it all back in again.
Yeah.
Our way of doing things is we don't take it all out. It regenerates itself. So this is the oldest form of gardening.
I got 8 children, 31 grandchildren and 21 great-grandchildren. My little great-granny's up in Kalgoorlie. They in the bush every weekend, carrying kangaroo tails and whatever, looking around for birdies, and yeah, they're pretty good at it. That makes me feel proud, yeah. I mean, I'm not there to teach them, but my daughters are carrying on what was taught to them by their mum and dad, yeah.
The monks kept livestock, including sheep. The notion of owning animals or keeping them tethered or contained was totally foreign to us.
Ta-da!
Wow.
Oh, nice. Nicely presented, Vince. Nicely presented.
This is the first time that I see the one that I've done before immediately. This is wonderful.
I think that maybe now I should show you how we achieved what we achieved.
In our culture, when you take something from the land,
Yes.
something is on the land, it's there to share. So when the early settlers came here, they shot the kangaroo, and our people showed them how to eat the kangaroo. So by shooting the kangaroo and taking it, our people saw that. They said, well, you take a kangaroo, we can take a sheep. When they took a sheep, of course, it was a big crime.
No, obvious.
And some were sent to jail for a long time for taking what they believed is an exchange.
Fresh young rosemary in it goes. This is young garlic that I grew myself. This is a fresh pecorino cheese that's from a beautiful local farm here in the southwest. And each one of these would finish up in one of the holes in the lamb. Wait until you try it. And the delicious juices at the bottom. This is a mix of organic salt, red pepper, black pepper, white pepper, thyme, rosemary, and a little bit of garlic. And you've got to remember that I stole the idea of this recipe from one of your recipes about 15 years ago.
Really?
We tell people, say, this is a recipe inspired by Antonio Carluccio.
I
would be silly.
I am embarrassed.
Oh, there's no check coming though, okay? I apologise about that. And so all of a sudden, we have got what we were hoping for. We have got a beautiful bit of lamb. Mamma mia!
Wow, looking forward to
Mamma
that.
mia!
Looking forward to this.
With a lovely bit of bone, because you know, this is sort of...
Our Nyoongar Six Seasons reflects the availability of food that can be hunted or gathered at that time of the year. I introduced Antonio to my two aunties, Auntie Teresa and Auntie Sheila. Auntie Sheila has painted these murals. They're of the 6 seasons and it's in the courtyard of the former boys' orphanage.
We got the eggs and this one here, that red one.
Yeah?
Yep, yeah, that one. It's a gum, the sap from the tree. It's a bush lolly for us. That's the yogi there. The wattle.
Yeah, my goodness.
Yeah, the big one there, yeah. The birdie, and we got the frog. And we got the wattle, because the wattle seed.
And this is the season for all of this animal.
Yeah, yeah. This is, we go down to Riversy and catch ducks and used to bring them back to the nuns and they cook them up. Yeah.
Both Auntie Sheila and Auntie Teresa were sent to Carluccio Mission. And Auntie Sheila and Auntie Teresa spent many years here at Nyoongar. At the time, it was seen as a way of giving these children a better opportunity in European society.
All I remember is going to bed with Mum, and then in the middle of the night this big black figure, like a policeman, came into the room, grabbed me, wrapped me in the blanket and placed me on the truck and took me to Carluccio.
So that's to send kids all over the place, and the parents didn't know where they were. And some parents never caught up with their kids for 20 years. You know, some people died without catching up with their kids again, and that's a reality. So some of the people knew that if they knew where their kids were, they weren't handing them over to be in the mission. They're putting them somewhere where they knew they can actually be in contact with them. Yeah.
The biggest part of it is being taken from family and Mum and Dad. Because I never got to see Mum again. We all worked in the laundry over there, and the Reverend Mother called me and my sister aside, and what she said to me, I really never forgave her for it. She called us aside and she said, your Mum's dead, get on with your work. It was through a loving husband who taught me how to forgive, taught me how to love these people who've done bad in our lives.
A sad start for a childhood, but a deeply rewarding for my old age, in my old age. But my greatest joy is seeing all my grandkids. They are my inspiration because they're all working, they all got jobs, they got good families. That's my joy.
Auntie Teresa and Auntie Sheila take Antonio down to their favourite spot, a place on the river. This is where they and other girls from the mission caught the local crustacean called jilgi.
You must have had a lot of fun
We
here on
had
this
a
river.
lot of fun along this little creek on a sunny day like this. It was great fun just to play in the water and see how many jilgis we can catch for the day. When you see the girls all in the water catching jilgis, they'll have a child, a smaller child, along with them and teach them how to catch jilgis. Near creeks like this and the riverbeds, ideal place for Aboriginal people to make their camp before the Europeans arrived because of the water and the crustaceans and turtles. And the kids would automatically know how to hunt and catch jilgis.
That must be fantastic for you to see your grandchildren and great-grandchildren playing in the same ground where you are playing.
It brings back a lot of memories and love. A sacred place to be.
This, it's a recipe, not even Italian. It is from Sweden. They call it kräfta. A sort of cooking, they call it crayfish there.
Yep.
Your crayfish is different. See? But those yogi that you fished yesterday, they are wonderful.
The jilgi, yeah.
The yogi. And I would like to cook them as they do, with beer and dill. Very simple. And a few other spices. So we have got here the pan. Let's see. Yes. Beer in it. That's a pity because the beer I would have liked to drink it. So now we put a little bit of dill while it's warming up, and a pinch of the bush, which is your
lemon myrtle.
Lemon myrtle. Then I am in love too much with you, pepper, bush pepper.
This is the wild pepper, Father, we used a few times, and it's hotter than the normal pepper.
Right.
It's the
And
bush
only
pepper.
2 or 3.
That's a special bush. You get that from where?
Special bush.
2, 3,
Down
4.
south area there.
Oh, yeah.
And a little bit of salt. That's all what we need. Oh, look at this.
Oh.
Can you give a blessing to those
Oh, yes.
lovely animals?
Please, I'll give a little blessing. The Father and the Son.
Lovely. So that they can go now into the wonderful beer.
So, Father, these are all local from the dam and the river here?
Good. Same place the little girls used to get them when they were here.
Well, those little girls are older girls now, and their granddaughters went down to help get them with them.
Right, right.
It was wonderful to watch.
Yes, yes.
Lovely dill. You save it a little bit from the outside.
It is looking really nice. There's nice colour in it too, isn't there? And those, don't forget those last couple of claws in there, Antonio. They got a bit of taste in them little claws. Wow.
Richard, for a baker, this is the moment.
Wow.
It encompasses all the work that he's done.
Yes.
Look at this.
Wow.
And the smell. Oh,
You can smell it. Oh, look at that. Nice and hard
it
crust.
sounds cooked. And for you means now I'm going to sleep.
Yes. We gathered here this evening to share this lovely meal together, and we ask the Lord to bless us and to bless the meal we are about to receive, and we thank all of those who are so busy preparing it. We thank you for your goodness, O Lord, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Tons of this. In all the lakes, it's plenty of that.
That is good.
Makes them easier to eat when they're not faint.
I'm very, very glad to be here with you, that you let me taste those Younger?
Yogi?
Yogi.
Yeah.
But still learn a little bit of the language, right?
You'll be murid nyonga wangin bodo wan kaya dabakan. You'll be good to speak it later. Cheers.
I can answer to you in Italian.
We're eating here in the flour mill, and on the wall there's a lot of Nyoongar names. A lot of them I know. It's incredible. From way back in the 1970s to 60s, 50s. It's fantastic, generations.
Oh, probably in the spirit, they're all here.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
And they say, look, those lucky ones.
Yeah.
They're eating well.
Yes. Yes. What a nice blessing. Yeah. You knew the song?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
This song was taught to me by old Cliff Humphreys.
Oh, Popcliffe. Popcliffe.
I'll sing it for you. I sing this for the school kids when they come.
Sorry, I only a stick.